Welcome back, everybody. This is Davey Jones. We're live from our Pizza Hut in Bucyrus with Coach's Corner West. It's the Buckeye Central part of the show. We'll be talking with Chad Jensen, who is the head coach of the Buckeye Central Bucks. 2-0 on the season. Details come up in just one moment. Show brought to you by Blight, Breedley, and Todd McDougall at Breedley and Company Insurance up in New Washington. Ted Coder, Monarch Body Shop in New Washington. The Ohio State University at Marion, a Big Ten education close to home. Mike Kleinite, Ag Credit Residential Lending, Bucyrus, Mount Gilead, Marion. Dr. Thomas M. Britton at Clubview Vision Center. Dr. Erica Schieber, Bucyrus Veterinary Service at 222 West Mary Street. And Lou Ann Krebs, River's Edge Embroidery, Screen Printing, and Signs, Route 309, right across from the Marion Depot. And our privilege to welcome aboard the head coach of the Buckeye Central Bucks, Chad Jensen. Coach, this football game this last week was close, but you guys got the winning cigar, and looking at the stats here, you guys almost doubled up on offensive yardage.
Yeah, we did have quite a bit of total offense, and we played well in spots, places we didn't play as well in, but bottom line is that St. Joe is a very athletic team. And we knew that, and they have a lot of good athletes.
What was the biggest challenge with St. Joe?
Their skill. I mean, their skill. They had a lot of great school kids. They play a 3-4 defense, so they had 8 guys in the secondary a lot, and they were really athletic kids, and they had a really good receiver on their offensive side that was really a really great player, and we had to shut him down, and they're just very athletic. So that was one of the challenges.
Most of their yardage came through the air.
Yeah, because we knew that that's what they would do. I mean, they only had I think 11 yards rushing, so we were able to shut them down. But we knew their skill would be a big problem for us. And but you know what, we played really well, and we were behind and scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and we were up by 10 in the fourth, and they scored one late, but then our offense at the end of the fourth, they never got the ball back. We got the ball back, 3 minutes to go, and they never got the ball back. So
basically you grounded out the ground.
We did.
Hold onto the ball.
We did.
And grounded out of the
We
ground.
got a couple of first downs, and then we were able to knee it after that. So.
All right. Rushing for the Buckeye Central Bucks, 46 attempts, 213 yards, not bad at all. And you stuffed them on the ground. They had 16 rushes for 11 yards.
Right. Yeah. We were able to run the ball well, and it was good. We knew that was the key.
Coach, I'm not going to pick up on something bad here. One of the things I did notice in your stats that you sent me, penalties a little bit hurt you.
Yeah, it was not good, and that was one of the things we talked about today when we watched a film today with our kids, that we have to clean that stuff up. And there were a lot of penalties, and it almost cost us the game. And fortunately, it didn't, but we got to get that cleaned up.
All right. One of the other things, now this is good. You alluded to it a little bit there about being able to control the ball. Time of possession, you had the ball 70% of the time.
Yeah, and that's what we wanted to do, but we shot ourselves in the foot on several occasions that we felt like we could have scored and put the game out of reach. But that's a good learning experience for our kids, and it was good to play 4 quarters of a very competitive, high intensity game. And I think our kids showed that we were down 14-8 in the fourth quarter, so the kids came back. And they these guys don't quit, and it just showed them how to win a tough ball game.
Manny Mullins, 25 carries, 151 yards, averaging 6 yards a carry and 2 touchdowns.
He actually had 178, so it was
Right.
He actually had 178.
Right, and Derek's Dean, and 19 of 60, 19.
We actually had 17 carries for 96 yards.
All right. You got this memorized, and I took it off the statistics.
Well, I sent you the other one. So
okay.
Look at the other one.
Okay. Receiving. Let's see how close we got here. Tyler Sanderson. Tyler's here tonight, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tylerson. 6 receptions for 98 yards.
Yeah, that was closer. I had 103, but those are closer, yeah.
All right. And I'm looking at the long stats here. Heath Jensen, 4 for 41.
Yeah, that's close, yep.
And Manny Mullins, 3 for 8 yards. And man, he's a workhorse. Punting 5 times, 36-yard average.
Right? No, he punted well.
All right. Now these are the stats from the N10, and Derek Dean right now is averaging in passing. He's got a 72% percentage completion. He's got 325 yards through the air this year. Pretty good work for 2 weeks.
Yeah, no, Derek's played really, really well. He was 13 and 20 on Friday or Saturday, excuse me, and and for 157, I think. And again, he's done a great job of being our field manager and getting to the guys that are open.
Manny Mullins, 33 attempts for 265 yards on the ground in 2 weeks, and he's averaging 132 per game. He's got 3 touchdowns in the season. You got to be proud of that.
Oh yeah, I mean, we talked about it for this game on Saturday. Was that it was going to be one up front, and our lineman did a great job of blocking and getting holes for him, and Manny did a great job of delivering.
All right, we'll be talking with Trevor Curtis, Tyler Sanderson, Landon Sherwood, and Ren Jones. That all comes up in just one moment here on Coach's Corner West live from our Pizza Hut in Bucyrus. Show brought to you in part by Lee, Pliable, and Brad Simon at the Pliable Insurance Group, Bucyrus and Galleon, Hannah Newton, Wendy's, Bucyrus, and Upper Sandusky, North Central State College, Mansfield, and the Crawford Success Center, Bucyrus, Tabitha Smith, and everybody at Waycraft Industries, Rod Steiger, Pizza Hut, Bucyrus, Galleon, host of the show since 1992, and the Burkhardt family at the Burkhardt Farm Sales, your Case IH dealer on Living Winchester Road. Let's pass it down. Trevor Curtis is up number 1. Trevor is a wide receiver and cornerback. And Trevor, did you get any passes this last weekend?
No, I did not.
No.
We ran the ball a lot. So
talk to me a little bit about the ball game and your contribution to this victory.
Well, I had to guard their.
Put the microphone a little bit. There you go.
Guard their best player, number 14. He's a pretty good player.
So he was your responsibility.
He had an interception.
I had an interception too.
You had a pick. Good for you. And talk to me a little bit about that pick. Talk to me about seeing it come right in your hands. How did that make you feel?
Good, I guess. I mean, I just jumped the route, a stop route, got in front of it, called it.
Now, did you anticipate the route, or
Yes.
Yeah, you anticipated it, right? Did he telegraph it a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. All right. Well, congratulations on your pick and a good game and helping your team win. Tyler Sanderson, a senior wide receiver and quarterback, and Tyler, talk to me a little about that. Tyler, you got had 6 receptions for 103. You said 103. Very good. Nice game. You said you like playing up there at that nice football stadium, right?
Yeah, that was really nice. It was a cool experience. Saturday night, one of the only games on in Ohio. It was pretty cool.
All right. Talk to me a little bit about being a wide receiver and getting 6 receptions in a football game.
Well, my job is to catch the ball and get out in space. We had some great blocks from our receivers out wide on runs and pass plays on Saturday night. So, I scored a touchdown late in the game, but that's all because of the blockers.
Yeah, well, and it also iced the game for you. I mean, that was the winning points. And, because you had 16 points, 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and it took that to win the ball game, right?
Yeah.
Right. Talk to me a little bit about defense, buddy, quarterback.
I didn't play much last week, but we had better matchups with Trevor. He's a pretty tall guy, and the number 14 I think is about around his height too. So he was just a better matchup. So I played a little bit of safety. Backup, our quarterbacks was our starting safety, so I got in a few possessions for him.
All right. Job well done, my friend. Thank you so much for coming by. We've got Landon Sherwood, who is the center and middle linebacker. Is that right?
Yep.
All right. And talk to me about being in the middle of that offensive line. That's a big responsibility.
Yeah, big responsibility. I don't know, I just have to call out the middle linebackers and that. I had a nose guard with me this week too.
And why was that different?
It was just, I don't know, having a guy actually in front of me, other than to the side and that.
Really? So he was standing right over the top of you. Was he trying to intimidate you a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, a little.
All right.
Yeah.
That doesn't bother you too much, does it? All right. Would you rather have the guy standing right on top of you, or off to one side or the other?
Off to the other side.
Off to one side or the other?
Yeah.
Right, just gives you a little bit more reaction.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
All right. Talk to me a little bit about being a middle linebacker. You get to pay it back, all right?
Yeah, I really like middle linebacker a lot. I like hitting people, making tackles. I had a few missed tackles this week.
So how are you going to clean that up?
Break down more, have better like tackling form.
All right. I appreciate you stopping by, partner. Finally, we got Bren Jones, who is a right guard and defensive end. And Bren, talk a little bit about being the right guard on the offensive line.
I mean, you got to go up and get a linebacker with the 3-4 they had. They really had to seal off the linebacker, make all the run plays come through. I mean, sometimes you get up there, sometimes you don't. Most of the time I try to, but sometimes I don't get there.
A lot of being a guard is anticipating what the defense is going to do. Is that fair?
Yeah, you got to read the linebackers, like see if they're going to blitz. So you're pulling, you got to stay home if they blitz. So, yeah.
Right. Now, are you a pulling guard? Do you do a lot of pulling plays for to get the guys outside?
Yep. When it comes down to it, I can pull if I need to.
All right. Good job. Talk to me about being a defensive end. There's a sweet position.
Yeah, you got to keep contained so they don't get outside you. When you need to rush the quarterback, use your moves, get back there, put pressure on them. So
Does being a right guard help you a little bit being a defensive end because you know what right guards are going to do, or any inside lineman like that? If they're going to pull, their objective, correct me if I'm wrong, is take out that defensive end.
yeah, so you see him pulling, you got to squeeze down and not let yourself get pushed out. And just be there so when the back comes, you're in the position to make the play.
All right. Job well done, my friend. Thank you so much for sharing some time with us. We'll bring the microphone back down to the head coach. And we're going to talk about next week against,
Ridgemont.
Ridgemont, okay? And we'll talk about that just here in a few seconds. Show brought to you by Adam Weisner and everybody at Advanced Fiber Technology. Coach Tim Plumley, Mohegan Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Matt Studer, Spitzer Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Kia, a mile east of the Richland Mall. Rob Lust at Edgefield Animal Clinic, Marion. Matt Ramsey, John Ziegler, Drew Young, Frank Highland, and everybody at Bucyrus Blades, serving worldwide markets from Bucyrus since 1951. And Roger Brown at Winks Lock and Safe, South Poplar at West Warren. That's Coach. Got a big ball game coming up this Friday night, Ridgemont. Let's talk a little bit about the game against Ridgemont. What do we know about these guys?
They like to run the football. They're wing T. They want to run it right at you, and they got a couple of good backs and a couple of nice linemen, and they're pretty aggressive and they're confident in what they do. And on the defensive side of the ball, it's the same thing. Your best players are their linebackers and their defensive ends. So they want to be aggressive. They want to be physical. So we're going to have to match that physicality.
How's Ridgemont done? What was the record so far?
They're 1-1.
They're 1-1. Do you have any matchups as far as they played someone can you put any strength in that?
We've seen the film on them. I mean, they do some things well, and they do some things that we think that
Exploit.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure we can. We just want to take advantage of maybe things they show us. I don't know if exploit's the right word, but we want to. There's some things that we think we can do, but I'm sure they say that they think the same about us. So they've played 2 games and have played hard and done well. So
without giving the game plan away, what are we working on this week?
We're just working on cleaning up the penalties and being physical and taking what they give us.
All right, Coach. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Next week we're on what day? Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to come on Labor Day, do you?
I don't care.
Well, for you, we're going to do Tuesday and Monday. No.
Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday. Well, I'm glad you reminded me because I probably wouldn't have remembered that. Okay, Tuesday.
Tuesday next week on
Okay.
the show. So we
All
look
right.
forward to talking to you guys hopefully after a nice game against Ridgemont.
Okay.
We'd like to thank all of our guests from Bucyrus, Winford, and Buckeye Central. As I mentioned, next week's shows will be on Tuesday evening right here at Pizza Hut. They'll be up on the web at WQEL.com on the YouTube page, approximately 9:30 Tuesday evening. We'd like to thank Crystal Stewart, everyone here at our Bucyrus Pizza Hut for making us feel so very welcome. Special thanks to my remote engineer and cameraman John Kreider, and to all of our guests from Bucyrus, Winford, and Buckeye Central and Pizza Hut. On behalf of all of our guests, this is Davey Jones. Have a good evening, everybody.